Good morning if you're on the West Coast of the US, like me. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and good evening to everyone joining us across the globe. Today, very excited to present all the new great features we added to Striim 4.1. I'll also cover some enhancements that we added to various versions of Striim Cloud, since it's very much in theme and usable across the board. Just starting out with a obligatory safe harbor that we make no warranties in this document and presentation, but it'll be a great presentation nonetheless. So just a bit about me, 9 years at Striim now. Very aligned with my interests. I studied computer science, focused on distributed systems and data visualization, and Striim is, of course, at the intersection of both. Started as a software engineer here before moving to product management. Just to provide some context for the presentation, we're going through a few generations of innovation on data stacks. Where when Striim started, we were very much the industry was very much in an on-premise world where data intelligence and warehousing business intelligence reports were built mostly on-premise data centers. Where scaling out your workloads was prohibitively expensive, where you had to procure new boxes, new compute. You didn't have on-demand resources to meet your business initiatives from an analytics perspective. And now we see, the adoption of the next gen cloud analytics platforms. Some coin it the modern data stack, where essentially compute, storage, analytics services are about as easy to access as the consumer apps and on-demand experiences you're used to when you're calling an Uber or ordering something on Amazon for delivery. Now, with the power of the cloud, you have unlimited compute resources to achieve your analytics initiatives. However, many in the industry are commenting on, what they're perceiving as a data swamp. What we've traded it for fast time to insights is data quality and success of data initiatives. So how do we, and people are now asking, hey, is the modern data warehouse broken the way we designed it? Is this turning into a data swamp rather than a data lake? And really, I think what we all have to do together is shift thinking to building data products, data that is intentionally designed with the end users in mind. And I'll get into how Striim 4.1 supports these initiatives. So building real-time data products with Striim is something that we had in mind for this release. Being able to not only capture data in real time, but be able to model it with the end users in mind, whether it's real-time operations over on the right side here, cloud applications, rich front-end customer experiences, business applications, all coming into the fray. So the thing that we really want to highlight here with Striim is shifting your thinking into product to product design while you're building your data pipelines. So and the core of this is powering digital transformation as well, modernizing your stack while also accelerating business initiatives, streamlining business operations, innovate and experiment. These are all things that we're supporting, and I'll get into that. And like I said, a lot of companies, with the speed to insights offered by ELT and CDC, yeah, you're able to load data into your warehouses, your cloud message buses, your cloud databases faster than ever. But, questions like, what is the data model that I need to build? Questions like, what is the latency tolerance of my business consumers? What's the scale of the target system that I'm writing to? These type of questions can be deferred, but they're really at the core of delivering business value. So, and this comes back to the idea of the data swamp and why some teams are saying, hey, even though we have all this data in our warehouse or data lake, it's unclear if it's actionable. So building data products, this is something that we designed Striim 4.1 with this in mind, building for the business domains and delivering real-time data to business consumers as data products. And this is kind of the high level architectural view that we've supported with Striim that we really want to drive with 4.1, which is being able to, with your consumers in mind, model your data, being able to set it up for high speed real-time data SLAs, delivering it in the format that you need, decoupling reading from writing. This is a huge one. So many of our amazing customers of Striim, they're not just writing to one warehouse, they're writing to multiple types of targets. And you want to prevent downtime by decoupling read from write. So let's say that I have a database that's ingesting data faster than my data warehouse. Well, I think standard ELT pipelines would kind of slow the whole world down, force you to reinstantiate in situations like that. But the way we would design Striim, you can decouple read from write. You don't want too many clients on mission critical operational databases. You just want ideally one, and write that data as a persistent stream into multiple targets. So these are the types of design patterns that we're supporting. At its core, we support real-time data integration, delivering data from data sources, source-aligned systems to domain apps, self-service apps. Also supporting streaming analytics. Striim is a full-blown streaming SQL engine that can be distributed, and we have a very exciting feature that we'll share in the heart of distributed stream processing that I'm excited to announce. Also actionable intelligence, not just loading data into a warehouse, but also tying it directly to systems of engagement, as McKinsey refers to it. So being able to take real-time data, process it, prepare it for analytics, and load it directly into systems of engagement is something that we're very happy to support. So deploying Striim anywhere is one of the other advantages of Striim in a cloud native format. So even if you're self-deploying Striim on premise, it's not like a thick client. What we are offering you is containerization. So you can scale Striim with containers in your own environment. You can self-deploy Striim in your cloud of choice with one click from the various marketplaces. And then we have the industry's only fully managed streaming change data capture that's native to multiple clouds. With a single click of a button, you can deploy it on Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure. You can tie it to your Azure and Google Cloud billing systems, respectively. And we also plan on expanding this to AWS coming in the fall. But currently, we're the only fully managed streaming CDC product on multiple clouds. So with all that said, very happy to highlight some of the major features. I'm equally excited about all of them. I wish I had time to spend an hour on each one. But the main themes are developer productivity. We took a lot of feedback from our own customers, spending time with them to understand their workflows and how we can optimize them. Performance and scalability is another one, and I'll get into that with a smart application rebalance. Doing product market fit expansion into use cases that our own customers are asking for enhancements for. So, while Striim is very strong with the operational databases, and gaining lots of traction and usage from our existing customer base, they're also asking for new application support, new connectors, and we've been very happy to add this into our roadmap and announce it now with new integrations such as Databricks Delta Lake, enhanced Salesforce reading, parser for Parquet storage format from systems like S3 and HDFS, any type of distributed file system, really. Merge support for Azure Synapse, smart Slack alerts. So I'll get into a few of these. But this first one, Ojet, I'm sure you're all curious about that. So Ojet is Striim's next generation high performance Oracle CDC adapter. It is a new adapter that's native to Striim. If you use Striim 4.1 and you talk to us about installing Ojet, you'll have access to it. So Striim has tested Ojet to handle higher throughput, up to 150 gigabytes per hour. So insane performance and scalability. Still, all the benefits of very low impact change data capture. It's supported from 11G onwards up to 21C. It is licensed separately from the current Oracle CDC adapter, but if you are on the current Oracle CDC adapter and you're happy with your performance today, we're continuing to maintain that and invest a lot of resources into it. Ojet is something that we've created for our ultra high performance customers who need real-time data at very large scale to many business consumers. So we've benchmarked it internally at 3.8 terabytes per day with 1.9 seconds of end-to-end latency going from a clustered Oracle database to cloud data warehouse, which in this case was BigQuery. CPU utilization was at a max of 43% average across 8 Striim cores, and low memory utilization as well. And when I say CPU utilization, I don't mean on the Oracle database. I mean on the Striim cluster itself. So very fast Oracle CDC. Like I said, we're continuing to support our existing OracleReader. And of course, if you're using our Golden Gate trail parser as well, we're definitely doubling down on our investments there. But Ojet, you can see, is just getting insane speeds. So if your use cases demand this, and I know many of our customers were asking for higher performance Oracle CDC, and this is essentially what we've delivered with Ojet. So very excited about this. Definitely a game changer in the industry, being able to support all these cloud native targets such as BigQuery, Snowflake, Azure Synapse, Redshift, cloud managed Kafka, cloud databases, and finally being able to bring high performance Oracle CDC into the picture. So that was one. Another that I'm excited to announce is enhanced Salesforce data ingestion with custom and multi-object support. And we did bring user experience into mind here, being able to go in and into our wizards, and I'll let the UI speak for itself. Just being able to go in here and select our Salesforce reader from the wizard, get access to all the targets that you could possibly need. In this case, we're looking at BigQuery. Being able to go in, use your auth key. There are multiple versions of authentication that we support. Through the wizard, you can just go in and select your objects, and within minutes, you'll start seeing data loading into BigQuery. Once you complete the wizard, we drop you back into our flow designer. And the nice thing here is that you can actually build stream processing applications that correlate data across Salesforce, across your operational databases with our full-blown SQL engine. So very happy to announce our Salesforce data ingestion. Scalability, smart application rebalancing. This is something else that we are one of the first to offer with a stream processing change data capture engine. We are in a way dog fooding our own product. In the back end, we're basically monitoring our load using Striim, looking at CPU load application count, and automatically rebalancing application on actions such as, hey, cluster membership changes. If a node goes down, we're going to redistribute the apps so that they're smartly rebalanced onto the existing cluster. If a node comes back online, again, we'll redistribute the workload if the user defines it to automatically work in that fashion. So you can define how you want smart application rebalance to behave, but it is something that's going to enhance automation for our end users who don't want to have to go manually redeploy apps when a new node is added to the cluster. Another feature that we're excited about is continuous data ingestion from Azure Cosmos DB. Really appreciate our partnership with Microsoft and our counterparts there who supported our development here, and of course with building a great product in Cosmos DB. We are reading from the change streams. It supports the SQL API, the Mongo API, and we support many patterns such as loading data in real time from operational apps running on Cosmos DB via the change feed into event processing engines, into stream processing, into data lakes and data warehouses. And I'm sure you recognize a new logo here that Striim users may not have seen in our product before, and that is real-time integration into Databricks Delta Lake. This is another thing that many of our customers have been asking us for. Great to see adoption of data lakes in the market. So, and we really spent extra time on this feature because we wanted to make sure it was something that we got right on the first initial launch. Being able to support real-time SQL analytics, real-time monitoring, machine learning, loading data into Delta Lake. Striim is a natural change data capture platform. So bringing in support for updates, deletes, merge for better performance, being able to support the Delta Lake's capability of ACID transactions. We also support optimistic concurrency control between writes and snapshot app isolation for consistent reads during writes, so readers don't see dirty or garbage data. We also have schema validation between data frame and table. Delta Lake uses a transaction log that is compacted into Parquet format to provide ACID properties. And Parquet is something that Striim is also very heavily invested in. I will announce our new Parquet support, but very much in line with the ecosystem that we're supporting. We support both append only and merge operations into Delta Lake. We also support schema evolution. So if you add tables, drop tables, add columns, we're going to propagate that into your Delta Lake. And one of the things that's unique about Striim is we actually allow consumers to define schema change subscriptions at the target or table level. A lot of ELT tools will just kind of try to lump everything into one basket of saying, hey, if you want schema evolution, we're going to throw the whole kitchen sink at you for every connector you define. No, Striim will actually allow you to set smart rules like, hey, this table can subscribe to create table statements, but this other table cannot subscribe to create table statements or I'm sorry, this adapter. So you can do that at an adapter level. You can actually look at the metadata of the tables and columns being edited and filter out there. So I'm going to give another quick demo of our Delta Lake writer, so you have a better idea of how it works. So in this demo, we're going to look at Oracle to Delta Lake. Through this demo, we did it on Azure Databricks. So very similar to our standard wizard experience, where you can just select one of our wizards with initial load and auto schema conversion built in. We support this through all our database adapters that are available in the wizard today. We run all the validations that you need to connect to your Delta Lake. You can very simply select the tables and how they map into Databricks. You can generate your token and load that in. And then the nice part is we do migrate your schemas for you. So within minutes of running the wizard, you'll start seeing your data from your operational database, whether it's Oracle, Postgres, MySQL. You'll start seeing that data in your Delta Lake environment. And we even show you the DDL that we're performing. So you can see the status of exactly all the schema evolution that we're doing. And then, of course, you get moved back into our beautiful Flow Designer interface where you can customize and build whatever data pipeline you want. If you want to transform your data in flight, of course, if you want to just do a streaming ELT, we leave that as well. So next, another one that I'm very excited about is Slack Alerts integration This is to, again, increase developer productivity, increase usage of the ecosystem that many of our users are used to. So essentially, we've enhanced our alert adapter to use Slack. Having some technical difficulties with this drive loading, but that's okay. So very simple. You just set up a subscription in your Slack space. You're able to load the authentication keys into Striim. And of course, Striim does support customer managed keys, which I'll get into in a moment. So using our full-blown, I'm sure many people are saying, why would I combine stream processing with Slack? That sounds like, alert hell, where you're just going to get millions and millions of alerts. Well, in the case of Striim, it's very simple to set smart alerts. You have full access to our alert manager where alerts can be snoozed, and you can also aggregate data and throttle it so that instead of, while you are analyzing data from millions of records a second, you can just generate an alert for very specific criteria at very specific intervals using our full-blown SQL engine. So this is another unique differentiator. This is probably the best integration between a stream processing distributed stream processing platform and a SaaS tool like Slack that you're going to see. So you can use this for operational alerts to monitor your stream pipelines. You can also use this for pretty much any DevOps workflow where you have access to log data that you want to analyze. So, hey, maybe I want to pull some data from my Apache logs to see, if there's like a hacker or if there's larger volumes than usual. You can actually pipe that through Striim. You can run the SQL queries and then set alerts in Slack. So that's another feature that we're really excited about. Very applicable to both our change data capture users who want operational alerts and those who want to do more DevOps monitoring workloads. So I also see, some general problems around data quality, data observability in the market where people, when they're building business intelligence and doing it at an enterprise level with many users, there might be questions like, maybe this number in this report doesn't look like, where did this field come from? How is it modeled? How do we calculate it? What was the original source? Is it accurate? Well, Striim has, we're the first change data capture platform with built-in data streaming lineage functions. We're very excited to announce this. We can pipe all your pipeline metadata into your target data warehouse or analytical system so that you can actually see all the components that process data from source to target. So your team is able to offer this as a form of data governance for data traceability and for data observability. Now with this data in your warehouse, you can pipe it to cataloging tools or observability tools to see exactly, where a specific field, how it was calculated and what was the source, what were the transformations along the way that gave it that specific value. So definitely excited about that one. We made some cloud security enhancements as well, namely around customer managed keys and also authentication. So HashiCorp Vault with rolling keys. We also have Azure key management system support. So you can have customer managed keys, whether it's in HashiCorp or Azure Key Vault. We've also added SAML 2.0 authentication in Striim Cloud, which is certified with both Okta and also Azure AD. But it is SAML authenticated, so it will work with the SAML 2.0 compliant security service. So excited for those as well. So other enhancements, we've added merge support for Azure Synapse. We've added Parquet Reader. Let me dive into merge support a little bit more. So being able to optimize your costs while writing into Synapse is one of the benefits we're offering here. We've also taken customer feedback on the adoption of Parquet within data engineering and AI ML ecosystems. And we now support Parquet Writer, compatible with AWS S3 and other distributed file systems. Also, exception store, replayable events that may have not been delivered to a target due to miscellaneous exceptions, such as table not found on the target or some unique constraint violation. And I will demo that one as well. So essentially, with this feature, you were able to pull up. Where do I have it? Just bear with me one moment. Here we go. So essentially, with exception store, you are able to take data that for some reason from your source to your target wasn't able to map over. You may have a new type of record from a new table that you didn't capture as schema evolution. You may have some constraint violation. For whatever reason, the data wasn't written to target. You enable this feature by going into Flow Designer and turning exception store on. There is some storage overhead and some configuration, so it isn't something that we offer default. But if you turn it on and work with your Striim sales team and customer success team, we can help you configure your environment for this. If you're using Striim Cloud, everything's already set up for you. So we did optimize Striim Cloud to offer this feature. But if you are running it on-prem, it'll work just as well. It just takes some infrastructure prerequisites. So here with the exception store feature, you'll see that we're inserting some data that's a violation of unique constraints. So now we take data with the following format: application name, exception store, and you're actually able to query the data and see the related objects. In the exception store, you're able to see the time, the related activity, the name of the exception that we hit. And the data from the exception store can be read and written to a file for later use. So you have a record of what happened with that data, what record didn't make it from source to target, and being able to actually read the data and pipe it to any one of our targets, whether it's a file. It doesn't totally make sense to do it with logical change records from change data capture, because then you're doing out of order data. But regardless, if you're doing error resolution, you can pipe it to a file or something like Kafka, where teams can review it and see how you want to mitigate on the discarded data. So another very powerful feature for operational efficiency and making sure that users ultimately trust their data and know what's being written from source to target. So very happy to be able to demo all those features for you. We have a lot of enhancements in Striim Cloud 4.1. I wish I could dive into spend an hour on each one. But ultimately, we're back to the theme of building real-time data products, supporting connectivity to all your sources, being able to deploy it in any cloud or your on-premise environment via containerization, being able to support rack databases, distributed databases, allowing you to take advantage of the rest of the ecosystem, whether you want to do your modeling in streams or to build real-time views, or if you want to do your modeling in something like dbt or Airflow to build near real-time incremental views that feed into operational applications. And of course, now supporting enhancements with multi-cloud vaults such as HashiCorp or cloud-native vaults such as Azure Key Management System. So, and ultimately, the goal here is to build real-time data products connected to your source systems, connected to your analytical systems and your systems of engagement that your customers eventually have access to, and really maximizing the business value of your data pipelines.